So welcome ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the latest E3 trailer for PES 2017. So there's going to be a lot of information in this video. We're going to have a look at the trailer, talk about it a little bit. There isn't really too much to talk about. But then we're going to look at some screenshots that are new. We're going to look at some of the new modes, features, improvements, and all the additions coming this year. So let's dive into the trailer and have a quick look. So we start off with a nice shiny ball as it moves down the field, and this trailer, I mean, it's not really gameplay. It is, it's just one of those trailers that shows you, a couple of features that have been added this year. The music is absolutely appalling. I'm not sure why Konami come up with these music soundtracks that just don't go well with the trailer. Music is quite an important part in the trailer because it does give it something a little bit extra, but it always seems to be terrible. Anyway, moving swiftly forward, here is Alexis Sanchez, and the big thing about it, of course, is they're showing Arsenal and they're showing Atletico Madrid. Those two sides are licensed. Arsenal are officially licensed in the game. Here is Olivier Giroud getting up well for a header against Godin, and well, he heads it straight down into the turf. Still not a huge fan of this parry animation where they parry it straight out. They should be parrying it away from the goal. And then that's about it. Control Reality, PES 2017, and Bosch. It was nothing too revealing. It really wasn't. So we're going to move on to the more exciting stuff and talk about it a little bit further. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dive into the screenshots and the features and the improvements and everything else that is factual about PES 2017. So here is Arsenal. As you can see on the front, they are licensed, and that is right there, Arsenal feature in the trailer, and are officially licensed this year. Now, will Manchester United be licensed with them? We don't know that yet, so we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen. Now, the first big feature, and this is a big one, is option files. Yes, they're coming back on the PlayStation 4. You can now share created teams, players, and more through USB transfer. So unlike last year where we had to manually import hundreds of kits, now it's going to be a simple case of downloading them over at PES Universe, put them in your game in probably 5-10 minutes, and bang, everything is done. And it also means that we're going to have different option files for different leagues. Maybe we'll have a Bundesliga one in there, or an MLS, whatever it is, but that's beautiful. But unfortunately, not available on Xbox One, not available on Xbox itself. I don't think they can do that with USB. So you're going to have a PlayStation 4 to enjoy that luxury. It is also multi-regional, which does mean that Europeans can share with people in the US and Asia. Also, that is massive, because otherwise it would be a bit tedious, the fact that we'd have to make separate option files for separate regions. A little bit annoying, but thankfully that's not going to be the case. So that is huge, absolutely huge, that is back this year, and I'm loving it. Next up, let's have a look at some of the improvements. First of all is stadiums. Additional stadiums added from new licenses to original designs. Not sure which ones yet. Will the Emirates be in there? Probably not, just because EA have the license for the whole Barclays Premier League. So I don't know, maybe they will be, maybe they won't, but they will have some new designs in there. New pitch turf designs, as well as new goal types, sort of net types, that's what I mean. So probably different patterns. I can't see it being anything too extreme, apart from the odd new goal net type here and there. Live updates this time around. They will be available as a day one update. That's right, they're not going to arrive a week later or a month later. They are saying day one. Weekly updates will now be able to be downloaded to all offline modes as well. What does that mean? Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't think it's going to mean that once you start a Master League and the rosters get updated that it will carry over, but it could do. And finally, online connected users can play with the latest rosters. So anytime there's a transfer, anytime that the winter time comes, there's transfers, Konami are saying they are going to be on the ball this time around and actually update the game. Good. We have vibration as well. So we got new controller vibrations, feel the impact of player collisions, as well as shots, and when the ball smacks off the old post. So yeah, the controller's now going to vibrate. It's nothing too crazy, but hey, it's a nice little addition. Let's move on to the referees. The referees have seen vast improvements in PES 2016 I think they meant like PES 20. I should be saying PES 2017 there, shouldn't I? Let's change it right here. Beautiful thing about Photoshop. So yeah, referees improve judgment on player collisions to determine fouls and extra intelligence when playing the advantage rule. So yeah, let's just have a look at this screenshot a little bit more. What do you guys make of it? I think it's I love the player models. You know, I really do love the player models of PES. For me, even with this new Frostbite engine coming to FIFA, I still think PES is going to have the better player models. I mean, they look stunning in game. Just the level of detail they have with the shin pads, the socks, the boots, the shorts, everything about them. And you can definitely tell the players, Cazorla and Coquelin and Koscielny. Is that Mark Clattenburg I see? No, I don't think it is, but anyway. So take a look at Versus. The Versus function will track your progress against any offline users you face. So certain modes will enable you to track your player history for offline matches with friends. This includes player styles as well. So it will track wins, losses, draws, goals scored, conceded, etc. So just having a look at it real quick. So here is the info. I mean, on the left-hand side here, we can see this player is very counter-attacking football, short pass, frontline pressure, whereas this guy, pretty much the same, apart from the fact that he likes to play long pass. I mean, for me, I would be possession, short pass, and probably, you know, a little bit of frontline pressure as well. And here is the recent performances. So, you know, just an added bonus that they have added. So next up we have match analysis. This basically is an analysis of each online opponent is available for each online match. Track playing styles such as possession, play or counter-attacking stuff, or more details shown also such as favourite moves and that. So this is actually quite useful. If this is going to be shown sort of before the game, I think it does help because, you know, when you're playing up against, in the real world, Barcelona are playing an opponent or opponents playing Barcelona, they know how Barcelona play, they know how they have to try and play against them. This is going to be quite useful because if I'm coming up against an opponent here who plays counter-attacking and plays sort of long pass with a bit of frontline pressure, I know he's going to probably hit that, you know, you can see here, low through ball often. I'm probably going to have to defend a little bit deeper. So I think this is quite a nice addition this year. It's going to add some tactical side to the game, as long as spamming and all that isn't a problem. And I don't think it will be as much this year as it was last year. The lads have played the game and they said that. So there we go. Next up we have this team roles screenshot. As you can see, it's all about Hero. Is one of 12 new team roles available. So what is Hero? He burns with an irrepressible passion on the pitch and he's simply called a hero by the rest of the team. When he's good, he can lift the whole team, but when he's off his game, it can really drag everyone down. And this is what it does here. The team role effect, finances right, not too bad, conditions up, growth in the middle with team spirit. And it shows you who's on the roll, etc. So they've got conductor that's been added. Smart player, I believe, is a new one. Virtuoso is another one there as well. So just, you know, a couple of additions. Game plan. The game plan menu is one of many which have been reworked. So right here, presentation. We're going to have a new menu design from main menu to pre-match settings and game plan. And we've also got a big upgrade to match presentation with new HUD, highlights and replays. So yes, we are going to see some new replays, guys. I'm interested to see what they look like. The match presentation as well. Have they changed the beginning possibly? But anyway, here is a look at the new game plan itself that we saw before. This time we'll see all the player faces on the left hand side here. You know, formations on the bottom left. They've changed the graphics here a little bit. This is probably player roles. You've got your team management, game plan and formation. They're playing possession game. And these are just all the things you can change in-game on the fly, I believe, with the options that you have. On the right-hand side, these are the different attacking styles that you can play, or defensive styles. You've got deep defensive line, you've got swarm the box, counter target, and the Gegenpress, which when a team loses possession, they will immediately try to win it back with multiple players putting the player on the ball under pressure. It demands a lot of stamina. So will stamina take an effect there that if you use this too much, you will be knackered by the second half? We know Jurgen Klopp uses it a lot, so I really do hope that that is true, that stamina is going to play an important part if you abuse that. Otherwise, you know, everyone's going to be using it online. Let's dive into some My Club here. Scouting auctions have been added to My Club. So they have this new auction house, which basically means this. It's kind of confusing at the moment, but grab the right scout with their specialty areas covering your star, and scouting him will reward you with a higher chance of success. Easier to sign players below 75 rated through top agents and special agents. There's going to be new tutorials added for newcomers, and you can check your opponent's playstyle and tendency as well, like before, with match analysis. So here we have it. On the left hand side, number 1, auction. So you bid for your scout. This person's going for you know, European style from Arsenal, right foot England. And then step number 2, narrow down your requirements: a centre midfielder, ability, ball winning, and favourite tactics down the centre. And then number 3, players list. If you see only one player, you can sign him 100%. So you just get to really narrow down those options. I have to try and sort of see this in action a little bit more, because it does seem quite confusing, but it's a new concept that they're adding this year. And finally, we have Master League, which is not seeing too many improvements. They've got big changes coming though to the transfer system, new dedicated budget for transfer funds and player wages, which is good. They've got more variety in negotiations. There's going to be a 6-month option for loaning out players, and option to sign players whilst they're on loan also, which is, you know, nice to see. They're going to have deadline day transfers by time added. So yes, very much like FIFA. As you see, on deadline day, it ticks down the 10 hours or 12 hours. That's what it's going to be like in PES. That's what they're saying. So now it's going to be a lot better. You can pick up those transfers with a few hours to go. 12 new team roles added, such as Hero and Bad Boy. Player growth improved further. Can acquire not only abilities but also skills. Stats may increase while players are out on loan. Day and night matches will be far more realistic now, guys. They are saying that there's not going to be a whole lot of sort of nighttime matches. It should be the case now that if it is a Champions League, we know it's at night. If it is a midweek match in the league, possibly at night as well. But weekend games should be in the daytime. And training has been improved also. Can learn positions as well as skills and player styles. So not really a whole lot you can tell from this screenshot. I mean, it's the same as last year. You've got the standings, the goal rankings, the calendar. I would have liked to see him add a little bit more this year. I mean, come on, I'm sure they could have added something else somewhere along the line. But I guess it is what it is. So let's now have a look at some screenshots, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start off with this one right here, with Olivier Giroud backing into Godin. I mean, they look all similar. They look good. We've seen these all before. I'm sure this is sort of captured in an in-game replay. You know, we've got the mud on the socks. We've got the mud on the shirt. The jostling's going good. I can't see any clipping, which is good to see. The players aren't going through each other. But yeah, I mean, it's a good level of detail here. We have to wait to see in-game if there are any drastic improvements from last year's game. Next up, we have another screenshot here of Giroud bundling his way through on Gabi, Koke and Anton Griezmann coming to play. Filth all down the back of Griezmann's shirt. I don't know what he's been playing at. I love this ball though. Ball looks so good. Just the shine coming off of it. Very nicely done. The kits look fantastic, no doubt about it. Player models looking slick as well. We have a look at this one here. Is that Sal, I believe? I'm not too sure. I think that's obviously Koscielny. You can see up his skirt right there. But yeah, once again, looks good. I mean, these are all similar. It's just a chance to see the game and what players are going to look like face-wise and how the kits are going to look. We have this one here of Petr Cech diving, making the save. Some good-looking boots there, the old Adidas. Kit looks good as well. Stretched hand coming out, making that save. I mean, I hope to see a lot of varied animations for keepers. I think there will be this year. From people that have played the game, they say goalies are vastly improved. Here we have a screenshot of Ozil holding up the ball. So he's got the undershorts there. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, Arsenal's kit is quite tight. It would be nice if they added that feature, you know, tight-fitting shirts. I don't believe that's going to be added into the game, but you can see he's also getting caught here in the bottom, tripped up by the player. Another screenshot here of Ozil swinging one forward. I like this one. Looks real quite nicely done. I just love the way the grass is coming off. He's got that angled technique that Ozil kind of hits the ball through with. Yeah, his hairstyle looks immaculate. He's obviously been down the barbers beforehand. But yeah, it's a good looking screenshot. I mean, there's no doubt I think the game's going to look good. I don't think there's going to be any problems with that. Right here we have Cech coming out for the fist pump, giving it a good smack-a-doo-dah, and there's Fernando Torres, Koscielny battling for it. Are we going to see some more battles in the air? I'm sure we are. Plenty of jostling between the two players there. Now the final screenshots here of Alexis Sanchez taking a strike against Oblak with his beautiful pink and yellow gloves. I remember, what was it, a few years ago where they didn't even have goalie gloves. They just looked like more like oven mitts. He's taking a turkey out the oven. At least they look good now. You got Augusto with his hands behind his back. Not sure if that's new. I mean, is that something they're adding now? Defenders will put their hands behind their back when shots are coming in. I mean, there are no handballs in the game, so it doesn't matter. But you certainly see it a lot more around the globe now with defenders doing that. And, you know, Alexis Sanchez, good bit of form. Good bit of play. So there we have it. That is all the info for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Are you excited for option file sharing on PS4? I certainly am. We'll be back shortly. But until next time, take care.